Hey there, welcome to Drive. My name is James Deacon, and do not attempt to adjust your TV sets. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with it. The problem is here, or actually should I say behind the camera where the director's standing, the guy who made me wear this silly little hat. But you know what? It's all good because it's all for the love of. We're celebrating Philippine Independence Day, and it's going to be a very special Pinoy edition of Drive. So we rounded them up, got them all going. What more Pinoy than a passenger jeepney? Yep, you can fill in the blanks from here. Not only did they make me test drive it, they made me become a jeepney driver for the day. Then we go over to Manila to check out the humble roots of the Kalesa. And a whole lot more is coming your way. If this edition was any more Pinoy, it would be soaking in sweet spaghetti sauce with little hot dogs in it. So coming right up, the very first drive of the Philippine Jeepney. Mabuhay and welcome to a very special Philippine Independence Day episode of Drive. We're celebrating the Philippine culture, especially in motoring, and we're celebrating it right here where the site of the first Filipino, the modern Filipino flag, was waved back in 1898. A lot of people think it happened in Aguinaldo's home, but right before then, on May 28, before the June 12 celebration, it was here in Alapan, Cavite, which is why we're broadcasting you from right here. Okay, come with me because we are going to test drive. It doesn't get any more Filipino than the jeepney, so this is our ride review for the week. And it ain't no ordinary jeepney either. This is, well, it is and it isn't, because this one is pimped out. It is just absolutely wild. I mean, take a look at the chrome here. Just check out the steering wheel of this car. We've got these bucket seats. It's and then if you come over here, it's just an actual work of art. It really is. I mean, look at this kind of workmanship, the craftsmanship they've got here. These things actually open up. We'll show that to you in just a little while. It's got, of course, the antennas, which are completely, have no function whatsoever. They're just there to make sure it looks all very good. And you gotta see the back of this. This thing is just pumping and thumping. We've got a bar over here. This is a glass floor. You can see the entire chassis and gearbox and the differential all there. You've got like, what, 6 TVs or so just all broadcasting. It's just insane. So the only thing left to do is to take it for a spin. So come with me because this is very, very important. There's certain things you have to do to prepare yourself for driving a jeepney. Number one, you cannot go anywhere without the good morning towel. So let's get in. Oh, and you have to have, just in case, so you can always have change handy. Keep that coin there. Wow, I was actually not looking forward to it. To be honest, I was like, come on guys, seriously? And then I walked into Milwaukee Motors and I really was just expecting this whole heavy stainless steel Jeep. And then I saw this and I was like, wow, I want to drive that thing. Okay, first impressions are, well, it's pretty wild in here. I have to admit the design and everything has really captivated me. I'm like, in awe. It has power steering. So traditionally, you know, this is supposed to be the power steering, as they call it. Well, power steering is, I think most people know it's a joke that when it's heavy, when there's no power steering, it's power steering, so it's sweaty steering. But this one actually has power steering, so it's pretty impressive. It's freaking wide. Oh man, almost off the road there. It's pretty freaky stuff. You have to be sort of inch perfect in some of these roads because they're so tight. Steering wheel's here, but I'm sort of here. So if you're going to look at where it should be pointing at my chest here. It's pointing about here. It's tabingi. It's, I mean, how do you say it's not even, so you're kind of sitting on an angle like that. Whereas with a car, it's dead straight, and then if you look at the center of the steering wheel, it's pointing right here to your chest. But here in this one, it's like that. So, I mean, if you wanted to point to your chest, you gotta sit sideways. There's just no other way. It's just really, the ergonomic design is strange. Also, the brakes are really, really dodgy. It's air brake, and every time I press it, it makes that noise. It's like, you know, you're whistling at a woman. Yeah, it's like those, you know, when you pass by construction workers and they whistle at you. And you see all of this here. We've got all the driver information that anyone could ever want, but none of them work. But hey, it looks great, doesn't it? Sakay na! Yeah, well, I asked the owner exactly what they do there, and well, they outsource basically the plumbing, like the engine, the driveline, the steering. All those are outsourced and picked up from Isuzu surplus, actually. And then they buy the chassis from San Pablo, Laguna. So really, what they focus on 100% at Milwaukee Motors is all of the body work and all of the decor and all the trimmings and stuff like that. Everything else is done at the Milwaukee factory in Cavite. I mean, when you look at it, it's quite impressive how they've done it. So you don't sort of see the welding, and it's still curved nicely. And so you do have to marvel also at the craftsmanship, because it's Filipino ingenuity at its finest. This mechanism that actually pushes the bumper out and lifts it. So that's very, very transformerish and super cool. This is like the only vehicle that I've driven that has its own cash register. I mean, you got all the coins you got here. Of course, you got keep one here in your ear just to make it sure it's easy to hand over to the back there. I can sympathize with them spending 12 hours a day driving these things without the power steering. It's a heavy, heavy vehicle. It's wide. It's hot. It's very, yeah, it's a tough way to make a living. Sakay na! Got customers! Saan po tayo? Sakay na! This is kind of cool. Wow, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I got a whole family here. This is cool. All right. Here we go. My first customers. Bayad na. I love this. This is so traditional. This passing of the money down there. I don't know how they do this. Driving the Jeepney is the easiest part. It's driving and doing the math and being the cash register at the same time, and people passing you money. So right now I'm just sort of hoping, I guess, until they complain about whether they got the change or not, because I don't know. I'm driving, I'm looking, I'm doing 20 things at once. There's just so much to think about. I mean, you know, just driving the car is already challenging enough, and then all of a sudden you got to remember who gave you what. You're looking in the mirror, you're looking at the road, you're looking at so many things, and of course, I mean, it was bound to make a mistake with the change. Yep, I think there's more passengers here. Oh yeah, we got, wow, 2 more. Saan kayo? Saan po kayo? Santo? Salamat. Masaya? Gusto niyo ng sounds?
Para po, tabi lang.
Para. Salamat! Bye! Salamat! Sukli? Ha? How much? Makano? 8 yung sukli. Can't be perfect, right? We have to be a mathematician, a cashier. It's really difficult. Thank God they don't make you write an OR. Well, that's it. My shift is over. I didn't think I did too bad, to be honest. I mean, not to blow my own trumpet, but they do tend to help you a lot behind there. There's sort of an honesty system going on. I think there's one thing that I got out of this that every time it gets me. Today I learned another side of the jeepney driver that I had now more sympathy and more respect for them, because it's a very hard job to do day in, day out for 12 to 15 hours a day just to make a living, because there's just so much going on. And so for that, I gotta kind of tip my hat off to that. But once again, road safety is still the priority. Nobody should have an excuse to break the rules. Well, it doesn't get any more primitive than that, the jeepney, or does it? Coming up after the break, we go even further back. It's the Calesa. Hold on.